mind returns, that ego, to attempt at its old tricks, its divisionistic way, it says what to the enlightened mind, as much as to any other mind, what it's been conditioned into saying. Teach them how to do it. Who said that? And then something settles and says, who is them? Who is them that is separate from all mind, whole mind? Oh, well, it's my fellow mind, you see. Yeah. I want to tell them how superior I am, how I can do it, how I was able. You know, and it'll give them encouragement and motivation and all the stuff that they need to follow me, you see. Now that may appear to be negative. Most of the recent enlightened stories, what I'm talking about is the Krishnamurtis, the Oshos, the last couple of centuries, they talk about following me. And the need to follow me is the need to get through me and say, thank you, me, you're out of the way now. You see? So the mind that says, follow me, is just replicating what the pure mind is using as a tool to get rid of the ego mind. Oh, yes, I'll follow you. Yes, I'll follow this word me and your history. I don't mean, I don't mean get rid of me. I mean follow me. Listen to me. Do what I say. And this mind takes you back into the world of espionage and septic ways of control and power and greed and manipulation and division and wars and all that stuff. You see, that's the mind that created all this stuff. You see, did God create war? You see, I mean, one of the unfortunate things about the Bhagavad Gita is it is taking place apparently during a fighting war, a physical war with Krishna and Arjuna. But that's how foolish and limited the ego mind is. It believes that, you see, yeah, so we have to go to war. You see, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, it's okay to kill, but you have to do it properly. You have to do it in the right frame of mind, you see. The war is the mind. The war is the stuff. The war is the information and the knowledge that we have created to make our lives a bit more spiced up, a bit more interesting, to keep the population down and to, use our creative minds to make weapons and ammunition and tanks and nuclear bombs and spaceships and all the incredible, unreal ways of living for a simple species. But it's not unreal, they're doing it, Let them get on with it, you see. That's what I say to this mind. Who is it that I am teaching, you see? Who is the teacher? Well, you are. No. Who am I? Oh, not again. Oh, we're not going down that road again. Okay, you got the enlightened thing, you got the wholeness, you got the non-duality, you got that, but come on. Let's get into this life. So there's nothing that can be taught of any use to you if it's taught by a mind, even your own mind. You see, when the speaker says surrender, give up, I'm not talking about this body surrendering and giving up. I'm not talking about taking your car and your precious music systems and all the stuff inside your house down to the gate of heaven and say, knock, ring on the bell. God, here I go. All my stuff, you can have it. These are another idea from the ego to say, oh yes, you're giving up your family. Wow, what kind of guy are you? You know? Well, one thing, I'm not a guy, you see. That's another name you give me. Man, I, me, Graham, Popsy, Hirness, Guy, Dude. How many names do I have to take on board? I'm just flavoring up your life, you know. Some salt and spice is nothing wrong with that, you know. Nothing wrong. Do a little bit of teaching. Come on, come on. The surrendering is the surrendering of the I thought. I me thought. So whatever thought comes into your head that is attached to the I, the person, me, is not worth the energy. It's not worth the whole of your life being here. If every day you're going to attach to this I, me, the person. This I, me, the person, that little I, see, oh, we get so confused with speakers. You see, they say you are I. God is I. Which I, you see? Which I are you? Which I is God? And then the ego, the little instinct, oh, well, I know what kind of I am. I am the Graham I am the John I am the Sally I. No. You think God has got a name other than I? Oh, God. Yes, of course, God, that's his name, you see. That's his name. The I thought. You see, forget about that. Whatever the mind wants to come and give on board to you, it will do it. And you have no say. You have no say. So if you say, I am surrendering the I thought, the mind will come in and say, no, that's not happening. I will not allow that to happen. It may be a physical friend. It may be your integral safety side, your fearsome side. You know, I don't know if I. You know. But it's simply the thought that holds all the thoughts together, you see. They say, what is the root of I? The intelligent, the informative, the conditioned, the programmed mind will say, well, the root of I is my nervous system, my brain, my connection to gravity to the planet. Boring. Really boring. I'm going to accept that. This I will accept that. This I, you're telling me where my root, this root of I, this I that is within I, you're telling me where my root is. You know my root. You can see my root. You understand my root. You see, this is when it gets very, very personal. The ego has to get personal before an awakening. The ego has to defend itself. It has to make a stand. It has to be, you know, the powerhouse. It will attack from all angles. But it's just a thought. All of this is thoughts. The thought of I having purpose, I having meaning, I having a role to play in life, I being the doer of things, I the experiencer, are thoughts. Every morning we wake up and say, I have to go and put some oil in my car. Otherwise, I can't get to work. If I can't get to work, I can't get some money. If I can't get some money, they're going to throw me out of my house. I'll be homeless. And I'll die. So every day is the same thing. First chore, I have to do this. First chore, I have to do that. If I don't do all these things, I will die. You see, they'll take away my life. They'll take away my home. They'll take away my cardboard box that I sleep in. They'll take away my ability to breathe. No one has ever done that. Your thinking mind wants to grow tentacles. It wants to be superior. It wants to be known. It wants to have attention on it. It wants to be liked. It wants to be loved. It wants to be everything that you already are. That it already is happening. I heard a very simple story. A family in the United Kingdom, following the same practices, following the same rigmarole, following the same procedures in the morning. All of the family went to their work, you see. Father, mother, 2 sons. All getting up, going through the same practices, same procedures, getting to their work, bringing in the money, going on holiday, coming home, and preparing for death. Very simple life. And then one day, one of the sons had a very surreal experience through the night and said, I'm not going to work. I'm not going back to work again. I'm not doing anything that I have been participating in. I want to find something new. And both parents and the brother said, okay, we respect that. We respect it. And they laid down the law. Yeah. Don't expect us to, give you anything more than what you have. We'll provide the food, we'll provide everything. The bed, we'll provide love and compassion. As long as you get up in the morning and you feel as if there's something that you can discover, whether it's outside or inside you. That's what I'm doing, he says. I'm getting up, but I'm not going back to that routine. And so it was. The families from the neighbouring areas were so aggressive to them. How can you let your son just make it? What right gives it to you? No, parents say, no, not our rights, son's rights. 25 years old, able to make decisions, knows what's going to happen, or has expectations of what may happen. But he's doing something worthwhile. What? Walking around? Next thing he'll be going to the pub. Next thing he'll be taking drugs. Next thing he'll be doing every little attack. But the parents and the brother, they stood by the son. They didn't pamper over him. They didn't treat him any differently. He was out of the house every morning. He was away doing whatever he was doing, He was coming home healthy, clean, not eating, overeating, not undereating, not drinking alcohol, not taking drugs, nothing of what they said. And a couple of years passes and the family has been, it's been written on their doors, evil family, toxic, your son's a devil, your son's this, your son's that. And then one day the son says, look, I must return to what it was before because it's not fair on you guys. The parents say, nope. We'll make a deal with you. As the son says, what's the deal? Will you tell us what happened that night that made you become this beautiful, alive being? He said, it's very simple. I thought I was dreaming, but this voice came into the room. And it said, nothing. But within this silence, this what appeared to be silent, but it was a hum. It revealed to me what a perfect life was. It was like kind of religious. It was kind of spiritual. It was kind of scientific. It was kind of all these things, but it said to me. And the father says, the mother says, so what is it that life should be? And the son said, to be true to yourself, to be genuine, to be open, to be present, and to love. Each morning I get up now. I'm grateful. I pay homage to having another day on this earth. I go into the wilderness and I see so many beautiful things. I help people. I help people with simple chores. I just do things as they come. And the parent says, so why didn't you? So that's what you've been doing? Yeah, I just, I go, and someone needs something fixed. I fix it. And you do all these things for nothing, the parent said. Yeah. I don't understand why people would do things to get something, something that they already have. We have the freedom to do what we want in this world. As long as we're not encroaching, not being unkind and physical and nasty and overpowering. What are we doing wrong, you see? And the parent says, all our friends have disowned us because they thought you were some sort of reptile, some sort of Satan figure, some sort of, celebrity, some sort of special one. He says, I know. But you don't have to worry about them. That came into my room, at some point will come into everyone's room. Maybe not in our time-based world as how we see it, but this one is doing the rounds. And very soon, we'll all be genuine, open, and free. A year later, the son was spotted. Had been being observed by this minister who lived in the area, and he was following him and watching him and doing all this stuff. And he decided at church, after seeing the goodness of this, that he would do a sermon. And he did a sermon about Jesus. And he said at the end of the sermon, all you people see Jesus as this incredible sacrificial force of love. But there's a man in our community that copies and projects this love every day. And you don't accept this man. So how can you accept Jesus? You can leave my church unless you accept this man. Because we're all versions of Jesus, said the minister. I don't know what happened, you see. They maybe all left the church, left religion. big gamble from the minister, I don't know. They may be forced further punishment to the boy. But it's your perception of life. Is it true to you? Is what you see, is what you experience, is what you attain to be? Is it a true reflection of what you are? Are you in this life for the goodness of yourself? If you're in this life for the goodness of others, it cannot be true unless you realize the goodness of yourself as the same goodness of others. Anyway, I don't know. I started and the mind came in and yes, namaste.